And we're on. Yes. Are we on? Are we live? Both places, Facebook and YouTube. Hi, everybody. How's it going? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Today is Tuesday, August 22nd. I'm Jill Simonian from PragerU Kids. I'm in many of the shows. I write many of the shows. I'm also a mom who pulled my kids out of school 2 years ago when I saw how corrupt our educational system is, and it's been a while. I took a little bit of a family break the past few weeks, but for those of you who are fans of PragerU Kids and supporters, generous supporters, thank you. Thank you so much for keeping us going. It's good to be back, and it's great to be in back to school season. Tell me if your kids have started school yet, whether you're joining us on Facebook Live or on YouTube. Drop a comment. I like to pop into the comments maybe about halfway through the live and say hello and see what questions you have and what responses you have. I took family time off, like I said, and I'm catching up on a heck of a lot of good news. And the good news that I am focusing on today, drum roll please, Cam, my tech guru, I always say I want a drum roll in here, Cam, and he plays along with me. Thank you for attempting that. I always want a drum roll when I want good news, because today I am sharing the good news of our crusade to get PragerU Kids content allowed in schools across the country. A few weeks ago, actually last month, it's been about a month or so now, Florida approved PragerU Kids for supplemental educational use in schools. That means they allow our content to be in schools at teacher discretion should our content coincide and supplement teachers' lesson plans accordingly. Florida approved us, and we just announced now. Well, maybe I should just play the announcement. We just announced another state that has given us the green light to be allowed in schools. Let's see what state it is. Many of you might have already heard. If you heard, leave it in the comments. But here we go. Listen up.
So are we ready to announce that PragerU can make it into Texas now?
We are definitely ready to welcome PragerU into the great state of Texas. Texas is now going to develop, write, and publish our own core knowledge curriculum for kindergarten through 12th grade. This is going to be brand new for the state, and we will officially have Texas curriculum.
I love that. Well, we're very big fans of core knowledge, and I know that our team has been working closely with all of you out there in Texas on the core knowledge curriculum, where we're going to create these supplementary lesson plans so that teachers who use the core knowledge curriculum can use PragerU videos and books and magazines and all the stuff that we make here. So it's such a huge honor for us to partner with the great state of Texas, and we really hope that this initiative will help catapult Texas to #1. We love the competitive spirit. No participation trophies. You're going to win on your own merit, I know.
Thank you to PragerU, and welcome to Texas.
Welcome to Texas. We'll take it. That's right. We announced that PragerU Kids is now allowed in Texas, and we've been working on them, working with them, just like our CEO, Marissa Streit, said, on developing core knowledge materials, core knowledge, cultural literacy, foundational education that every child in America needs to know to be properly educated, to feel united together as Americans so that they may learn and succeed on their own merit. This is what it's about, and we are so excited. And yes, the hate press has already started, because check this out on my screen. I gotta share this hate press, and I don't think it's being negative, but I gotta share this because here we go on X, formerly known as Twitter. I don't know what we're calling it now. But here we have someone, right at the top of the morning, we found this tweet. Mr. Dave Anthony, also known as Lord. Okay. For Texas parents, write to your principal and tell them your child is not to be in class when PragerU is shown. Parents' rights, correct? Aha, touche. All right, so here's the thing about parents' rights. Dave, if that's really your real name, when we cite parents' rights, we are, and I'm speaking for myself here, when I personally cite parents' rights, I am referring to being informed about curriculum that my child is learning at school that the school officials have not informed me about. Parental rights, and I will say this generally too, Generally speaking, parental rights, when we all say that we want parental rights, it means that we want to be informed about what is happening in our children's schools, inside their classrooms, what their teachers are teaching them, because we as parents are not being informed about many of these things. And so, okay, Dave, for you to say that you want parents to write to their principals to tell them that they don't want their kids in class while PragerU is being shown, citing parental rights, we're not doing anything to violate parental rights. One thing that we take exceptional pride in here at PragerU, and especially PragerU Kids, is that every single piece of our content, video, books, magazines, worksheets, you name it, it is on our website for free for anyone and everyone to access and see with full transparency what is being available, what is being made available for teachers to share with children at their discretion. It's all on our website. We offer full transparency, no secrets. So yes, we are still advocating for parental rights. Parents, go to our website, watch all of our videos at PragerUKids.com. Subscribe so that you can get on our email list and be informed every single week, multiple times a week, about the different kinds of content we have being made available for you and your children, and now in Texas and Florida, being made available for teachers to include in classrooms. Go to our website and see. Full transparency. That's how we honor parental rights, so that we all know what is going on in real time at the same time. And then, you can make your decision from there. But the hate press, right when we announced Florida weeks ago, let's go to the hate press. The Daily Beast started it all. And I'm just going to scroll through these. PragerU says Florida teachers approved to use its class curriculum in quotation marks. There's a very scary picture of myself. Daily Beast was not a complimentary article. Next, we have USA Today. Florida approves PragerU curriculum. Why critics are sounding the alarm on right-wing bias. Not a favorable article. People Magazine. Christopher Columbus says slavery was better than getting killed, and new videos approved for Florida students. We've already responded to that one too. Watch the whole video instead of plucking a 4-word soundbite out of context. What else do we have here? I just collected all the hate press just for purposes of, information. Washington Post, Florida says it doesn't want indoctrination in schools, but look at the materials it just approved. Not a complimentary article. What's next? Politico, it just goes on and on and on. Next frontier in Florida education wars. Climate. And next, what's this? Oh yes, Newsweek. How can we forget Newsweek? Frederick Douglass depiction in PragerU slavery video called Sickening. None of these. Oh, there's another one. Time Magazine. I was actually interviewed for part of this Time Magazine piece, and let me tell you what it means that Florida will allow conservative PragerU content in schools. Of all of the, and I might add, in total, I want to get this right. In total, in the last month, we have PragerU and PragerU Kids has been included in upwards of 150 articles and segments on television about PragerU Kids now being allowed to be accessed for possible school use. That's more press than we get in, like a quarter or maybe half a year, okay? The press is going wild. And essentially, what's happening, what I've been discussing with many people, is that the press is trying to insert us into some kind of education war, culture war inside of education. Let me tell you, from the bottom of my heart, as someone who writes much of this content and appears in much of this content, I am not interested in being inside any kind of a culture war in schools. We don't believe in that. We believe in maintaining the innocence of children. We believe in educating them with core knowledge and cultural literacy that unites us as Americans together first through our differences. So all of the hate press that you've been seeing over the last month and several weeks, and now with the announcement of of inclusion in Texas schools. I'm sure we're going to be seeing much more of it. Guess what? We've got many more announcements with PragerU Kids to be allowed in different schools across the country. We've got more announcements coming up. Let me see if we have any comments in our Facebook. I always check the Facebook comments first just because that's the easiest for me to get to. Curious to see if anyone here is in Florida or Texas schools. Let's see what we got so far. It always takes me a minute to scroll these comments. In my next life, I'm coming back with an assistant to help me on this. That is awesome. Yes, We Homeschool year has started. So fascist states are now encouraging you to lie to children. Got it. No, Lou, I disagree with you. We always welcome freedom of expression and, of course, civility here in our Facebook comments and YouTube comments. But, Lou, I encourage you to go to our website, PragerUKids.com. I promise you will not burst into flames upon visiting, but look through our videos. Look at our children's videos. Watch the videos in full, in entirety. We're not lying to children. I recommend Otto's Tales for you to start. It's the story time for kindergarten through second grades, focusing on values such as honesty and kindness. Let's see. Excellent, Vicky. Go Prager. Prager identifies itself as a partisan political organization. How is it okay to allow a one-sided political group create curriculum for kids? Chris, this is a really good question. Prager identifies itself as a partisan political organization. Here's the thing. I'm just going to, attack this. Not attack, pardon my words. I'm going to approach this head on. We are not a political organization. We do not lobby for any groups. We do not, we do not endorse candidates for political runs or campaigns or anything like that. We are not a political organization. We are a nonprofit educational media organization. Yes, of course, we lean conservative, but guess what? We also value freedom of speech, freedom of thought, diversity of opinion. We have many videos, not only in our PragerU Kids section, but in our general PragerU 5-minute videos, stories of us. We have a lot of videos that even I don't agree with, that really explore different schools of thought about varying cultural topics. How is it, your second part of your question, how is it okay to allow a one-sided political group to create curriculum for kids? Here's the thing that I want to share with you, Chris, and let's just take a look at the screen right now. I pulled this up for another part of this podcast, but I'm running short on time, so I'm just going to show it now. Chris, if you're looking, I want you to look at what I have pulled up on the screen. It's called Black Lives Matter at Schools, Week of Action, February 1st through the 5th. This is a lesson plan. You can see the website here, lausd.org. This is Los Angeles Unified School District.org. This is public on the LAUSD website to this day. A few years ago, when Black Lives Matter was making its way into schools, keep in mind Black Lives Matter is not an accredited educational institution, yet somehow they had lesson plans and directives to deliver directly to students through our public educational system. Just want to scroll through this. Elementary resource. So, talking all about Black Lives Matter. Action steps. Community building circle. Another week of action. Children and youth as change makers. The proudest blue. My name is Celia. We have many BLM lessons. Scrolling down. Oh, look, midweek in this Black Lives Matter in Schools Week of Action curriculum plan, trans affirming, queer affirming, and collective value. So we have all of these lesson plans that were allowed to be delivered to students in the Los Angeles Unified School District that divided students based on the color of their skin, that frankly was part of a true political organization, because Black Lives Matter, the organization, was a political entity who did endorse different directives and agendas and so forth. So we have this group injecting lessons that are divisive, that separate kids by the color of their skin, that force them to identify their sexual orientation at schools. So, I don't know, Chris. I don't know why political organizations like Black Lives Matter is allowed to be in schools. But as a non-political organization that is focused on core knowledge and cultural literacy at PragerU Kids, we believe that teaching children values that unify each other and all of us as Americans is in fact valuable. So I hope I answered your question. Let's see. Keep teaching truth. Thank you, PragerU. You are so welcome. Okay, I'm actually out of time. I only had about 15 minutes today, but I just wanted to touch base and say hi, say happy back to school. I wanted to give parents a little bit of encouragement. Since we're talking good news today, PragerU Kids being announced to be included in Texas schools, or actually I should say, since I'm sharing good news today with the announcement of PragerU Kids being allowed to be included into Texas schools and Florida schools now. We got 2 states down, we got 48 to go. I do want to bring you more good news in parental rights. Weeks ago, just as a reminder, the Board of Education in Chino Valley Unified and Murrieta Valley Unified in Southern California voted to inform parents that if when a student changes their gender identity at school, the parents will be informed. One of the most reasonable things I've ever heard of in my life. As a mom, I fully appreciate that. I can't imagine any parent that would not appreciate being informed about something that is happening with their child at school, a life-changing event. And you'll remember weeks ago when I did cover this, California Superintendent of Schools, Tony Thurmond, showed up in Chino Valley to dispute this reasonable action made by that local Board of Education. Now, August 22nd, tonight, Temecula Valley School District, also in Southern California, from what I'm seeing online through various sources, they are voting on whether or not they should adopt this parental notification policy in Temecula Valley schools. So good things are happening, even here in Southern California. And I want to give a little bit of encouragement to all of the parents out there or the grandparents. Our education system did not get corrupted overnight, and it's not going to be course corrected overnight. But we see with these small moves towards positive action, towards including parents in decision-making processes for their children, when their children are at school, we see that when parents offer grit, guts, truth-telling, when they are courageous, when we are brave to speak up against wrongdoing that is happening in many schools, unfortunately, such as not informing parents, we see that progress can be made. And yes, it is about parental rights. And parental rights means transparency. Transparency, transparency, transparency. If there is one word that you need to continue to speak up about at all of your local school board meetings, it is the word transparency. And I am so grateful and proud to say that, yeah, we do offer transparency at PragerU Kids. And so if you haven't subscribed to PragerUKids.com, do it now. You can get all of the updates in your email inbox and see exactly what we are doing. It is all online, all on our website, all of our materials that will be included, that will be allowed for inclusion in Texas and Florida schools. It's all on our websites, PragerUKids.com. And as long as we have transparency, here it is, it's up on the screen now. Here we go, PragerUKids.com. Everything we offer, all of our shows, all of our content, all of our worksheets, it's all going to be up there for you to see, for you to vet, for you to watch, for you to form opinions about. And we just thank you for all of your support. And we thank you for journeying with us in spreading the good news about PragerU Kids in schools. And we ask you to just continue to stay in touch, to let us know what you want to see, what you don't want to see, and to stay strong in making sure that our children are receiving a full education based in core knowledge. I want to see if there's any more comments that I can end on a positive note. Let's see. Excellent. Go Prager. Keep teaching truth. Thank you, Prager. Thank you to all of you. Until next time, I'm Jill Simonian. Visit us at PragerUKids.com.